of one working and living and doing the best she can for herself and her small little child. Goes out to work every day and works hard, goes home, but she's living with some characters upstairs that are just appalling in their behaviour. So it's a small apartment in Blackrock. Do you remember the story? She's plagued by a gang of Romanians that party all day and night. She can't sleep, she can't relax, she's constantly fearful of them. She's been on to the guards on numerous occasions. She's been on to the council, city council on numerous occasions. We got Terry Shannon, the Fianna Fáil councillor, working on her behalf. By all accounts, it's just going from bad to worse. Nothing's improving in that regard. Sarah, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good. Was it about 3 weeks since we spoke, I'd say, thereabouts?
Yeah, just about that, I'd say, yeah.
Okay, so what's the last few weeks been like?
To be honest, they're quite the same, if not worse. There's been no improvement. And to be honest, it's just been getting worse.
Okay, now for those that maybe missed my chat with you, let's just recap, because you sent me photographs, you sent me videos, you sent me some audio of the carry on. This is kind of a duplex. You're downstairs and they're above you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so describe a typical scenario for us.
So they could party for 12 hours a day, could go into the night. They've broken into my house on one occasion. They've damaged my property. I've received verbal abuse from them. They've passed comments about my child. That's just the gist of it. They stand in groups of 40 and 50, as you've seen in the audios outside my front door. It's crazy.
So the verbal abuse, tell me about that.
They, like on one or two occasions when I reported it to City Hall, they came down and shouted at me. I don't think, what they've been saying is too appropriate to say here, but you can kind of understand,
Are they threats?
Yeah, they've threatened my life on two occasions and I've reported that to Gardaí, made statements.
Actual threats against your life?
Yeah.
Okay. Have they called you names that you wouldn't want to repeat on air?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The comments about your child, are they broadcastable?
Yeah, they said my child looks dizzy. That's just kind of one example. Yeah.
So this would be a typical 24-hour period that starts at lunchtime or something?
Yeah, around 3-4 o'clock usually is when it starts.
Okay. And others then, I remember chatting with you, you were saying others come in to join them that don't necessarily live there.
Yeah, they can come in cars, come in taxis, they walk in. There'd be quite large groups of them.
Males? Or male and female?
Mostly male, but there is a few female, but it is mostly male.
Okay. And is there a lot of drink and alcohol involved? I mean, do you see them bringing stuff in? Yeah,
so usually it's like you'd see them bringing up like big slabs, big bags full of things, putting them upstairs, and then it would be that night that the crowds would follow. You kind of be able to half guess when it's going to happen because of what they bring in that day,
But it must be vast quantities every day and every week.
Yeah.
Right. Do any of them actually work or do anything with their lives?
As far as I know, they don't. From what I can see, I've never seen any of them going out to work or to school or, kind of getting up early or anything like that. I've never seen anything like that since I'm...
So how do they fund this partying lifestyle?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I'd love to know myself now, to be honest.
Okay. How many are actually living above?
There's 15 of them, as far as I know.
How many bedrooms does it have?
It's a 3-bedroom property.
Now, let me just remind people, this is a city council property which is rented to them, possibly with HAP. It's a HAP property, I would suggest, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. When you go to the guards, is that Mahon you go to?
It was the city centre first time.
Anglesey Street, was it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
You told them your plight?
Yeah.
And then you went again a second time, was it, or more?
Yeah, I think there was 4 occasions altogether that I actually presented. One was twice in one night. I rang them to close off a party, and then I had to ring them back because 2 men tried to break into my house that night.
Were they Yeah, I recall that. Did they try to force the door or something? Was that it?
They did, yeah. They pushed open the door, and I was actually standing in the hall, and only from me standing in the hall, I'm running back to the door and just getting it closed. Like, you know, I have it all on the CCTV. You can hear it, like, you know.
But your man said to the guards subsequent to that incident that he was only trying to say sorry. You don't believe that?
He was just trying to apologise for having a party. I don't believe that at all.
Yeah.
You know, you don't try to open someone's door and enter their house to apologise.
It's absolutely bizarre to me that the girl who had that your apartment below them in the duplex left because of them, moved out, was driven out because of them. I just can't believe that they're still there and they're allowed to behave like this constantly without getting evicted.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. You know, I've worked very hard for my house, and, you know, I really don't want to come on here every week, you know, pleading.
No, you're not every week. This is just, you got in touch with me again because nothing's changed. This is just our second time. But, like, would the guards call to them then?
They would, yeah, they would.
Just to say, stop the party?
Yeah, or close it off, or, you know, keep it down.
There's nothing else they can do except tell them to keep the noise down and wrap up the party. At what, like 2 or 3 in the morning, is it?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Okay. And did anything happen since my conversation with you and involving Terry Shannon with regards to City Council, their landlords?
No, to be honest, no, there hasn't been much, to be quite honest with you now.
Does anybody ever call down to them from City Council to give them a warning or tell them that they're going to prosecute if they don't stop? No?
Well, I went into City Hall last week for a meeting, and they told me that they were going to approach them and they were going to let them know that they were going to, you know, kind of get a warning. But I was warned by City Hall that they could retaliate after they get the warning. So they were just giving me a heads up in case they do retaliate and they do come down and they do, you know, show violence and anger towards me. So that in itself is, like, I can't even describe to you how fearful that is in itself. I don't know what day they're going to have the meeting, so I can't be prepared for when anything could kick off at any time, you know.
But if they were going to do that, why haven't they done it? It's 3 weeks since I spoke to you. You've been on to them for months and months before you spoke to me. Like, what? Nothing has happened. Are they afraid to do something because of the consequences, including, you know, threats to you or, you know, possible physical repercussions to you? Is that what they're worried about, that they might hurt you?
Yeah, I think that's what they're worried about. And did City Council give you an option then for to leave them party away from 2 or 3 in the afternoon to 2 or 3 in the morning and do nothing about it? Give them the hap and, you know, pay their rent for them, and you move out. Yeah.
But it's just not good enough. Like what? Go to Edel House, is it? Like where? Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't, you know, it's no fault of my own. And, you know, as you said, the woman before me had to leave as well. It's just not fair that everyone that is forced out that property due to no fault of their own, you know.
Yeah, and this is going on how long?
This is going on nearly 8 months.
What about the other neighbours in the complex? Are they aware? They must see it out in the park area.
They do, yeah, they do.
And they're not intimidated by this, seeing this carry on every day.
I suppose they would be, but it's not outside their door because I'm right underneath them. So, you know, I kind of.
I know, but I mean, I've seen the videos and the photographs of 30 or 40 of them, and they're in the outside area, the communal area.
Yeah.
So it affects everybody. Yeah. You know, like what there'll be children. Surely, be to God, children will want to be out in the summer in that area, not having to put up with that kind of.
Of course, yeah. Of course, it's been a long summer now, and there's a long way yet to go. You know, especially dealing with things like this.
How do they fund it? They must be up to something if they're, you know, like they got to be working or doing something. I mean, okay, like you might have a social welfare payment, or you might have children's allowance to add on to it, or, you know, maybe a disability or whatever. But like that's a very expensive living. Drinking all day, every day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Yeah. So, what are we gonna do about this? I mean, we can go back again on your behalf, but what would you like to see? Do you want to move, or do you want them out?
To be honest, at the start, I loved my home. I wanted to stay there. I wouldn't have given it up for anyone. But now, as far as things have gone and the things that have been said and done towards me and my child, I think even if they moved out, they could come back for me. I think it's got a lot more serious now to what it was. I'm in fair where I am. My son is in fair, and I just want to give him security. I just want, to give him an easy life and myself an easy life. I don't want to be living thinking, is someone going to do something to me? Are they going to, that kind of a way? I do.
I mean, I understand the impact on your mental health as well as physical. You're obviously not sleeping.
No, I'm afraid of my life, honest to God, and if I am sleeping, I'm waking up 2 and 3 times a night, double checking my doors, my windows. It's no way to live. I've never lived like this before. I've never been so afraid.
After you spoke to me on air a few weeks back, was there any repercussions after that?
Could you explain that a bit more?
Yeah, it was. So my apologies, Sarah. After you were on the air with me a few weeks ago, did they know you were on the air?
I don't think they did, but I couldn't say. After I was on air, I was quite nervous going back in case they did know or in case they did hear something.
Yeah, because I don't want to. Obviously, nobody wants anything to happen to you, and I don't want to put you at any risk.
Yeah.
But it's an astonishing thing that City Hall, the housing department, would say to you, just be aware that if we go and talk to them, they may retaliate, and you could be at risk. That's an appalling situation to put a mother and her child.
It was, and I couldn't believe that they had said that to me. I actually couldn't believe that they told me. They could do something to you, but I'm just giving you a warning, just so you know. That's no way to kind of. So they're just letting me know, but they're not dealing with it.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, there's got to be a better response than that. You know what I mean? They're like they are. Hang on a second there. Marion.
Morning, Neil. How are you?
Morning, Marion. Are you in that area of Blackrock as well?
I live in that area, but I'm actually a delivery driver, and I'm actually after delivering up there a few times. And my hat goes out that there because I've seen them with my own 2 eyes dealing drugs from cars.
As well as everything else, dealing drugs from cars.
Yeah, Neil, you listen to me now. I'm telling you now, that girl is 100% in what she's saying.
I know.
These are big men. These are not boys. These are men. And I can't understand why the City Hall are telling her, why they can't get them out. If that was one of us in the morning, we'd be got out.
Well, this is going on for 8 months. So 8 months ago, they would have got a written warning, either delivered or sent by registered post. If this continues, you're on notice, you will be brought to court and evicted. That never happened, and in 8 months since then, nothing has happened.
Me, do you know how long it takes them to take them into court? 5 years. Because we dealt with it down in an area by us, and we were told, going back 5 years ago, we take 5 years to get them out, to get them into court.
Was that a similar situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that 5 years. I think that's an excuse. I don't think it's anywhere near that. I really and truly don't. You could get through a court system. Yeah, I don't think 5 years.
Yeah, but I've seen it. I'm a delivery driver. I've seen what's going on up there.
Okay, well,
and I feel sorry for her. I really do.
Tell me what you have seen. What? I don't want to put you at any peril, but what do you deliver?
Food. Takeaway.
To them?
No, not to them. No, they wouldn't buy anything like that. No,
okay.
In the area of that particular area.
Okay.
I've seen it a few times. Seen them black car. She'll tell you if it's a black car. I don't know. It's black cars, and they're inside the cars, 5, 6 of them, and I've seen them dealing drugs from the car.
What, people walking up to the car and buying, is it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You see large gatherings? Do you see large gatherings of these big men?
Yeah, of them. There's a large group of them.
And you've seen...
And they're men.
Yeah.
They're men, they're not boys, they're men. So, I mean, I understand she's unfair, because they're men.
Do they say anything to you when you arrive into the area?
No.
Okay, so on the basis that drug dealing is going on a regular basis as well, that makes it more interesting from the point of view of An Garda Síochána, right?
Yeah, but Liam, like at the end of the day, they know this is going on in City Hall. Because obviously complaints have gone in from all the neighbours that don't want to come on. They're probably afraid of them. My daughter was bit by a dog up there 2 weeks ago. She went up to collect something on Facebook. This is just a story now of my behalf. She went to the door, the dog bit her, and she had to get tested and whatever. And she called the guards. It took them about a week to come to the door about the complaint. And they told her that it was the worst area in Cork City for antisocial behaviour.
Well, that dog isn't associated with the people we're talking about, though, is it?
No, but I'm just saying. I'm telling you what happened. My daughter, and she was told that. Now, I understand the guards, their hands tied, but the City Hall, you'd be hanging their head in shame to put a girl in and a child through that. If that was 1 o'clock in the morning, we'd be out straight away. Gone.
And it's true to say this is every single day from lunchtime to the wee small hours without fail.
And you know something? That's mentally and physically draining that girl. You'd hear it in her voice.
Oh, totally.
I actually feel like crying over her. I feel sorry for her. And she has to put them down with that every day. And you're afraid to go to your own door. No, that's wrong.
Why does nobody care? Why does nobody care? And how are they funding this lifestyle? Any idea?
I'm telling you, I just told you. Drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who these people are in the car. They may not be from the estate at all. They could be just coming in. Yeah.
No, they are. Yeah, they are.
How do you know that?
Numerous times. Twice a week I go up there. Yeah. Twice a week, same people.
But this is public. This is public authority housing. Like, this is subsidised housing paid for. Yeah. We, the taxpayer, are paying for these characters. Whatever, 18 of them are in the apartment. It's a 3-bed, and 20 or 30 more arrive every day to just party on down. It's the taxpayers paying for this.
Exactly. They want to hang their heads in shame to City Hall. They want to get them out, gone. And the story, that girl is living an awful life with a child.
Okay.
What way it's mentally, physically, what way do you think that girl is feeling? They get up every morning, go to bed at night, even if she's sleeping, I don't know. And to say, I have to get up to this again today. That's 7 days a week.
I'd say that she's absolutely worn out, aren't you, Sarah? Worn out physically and tortured mentally. I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
I can hear it in your voice, and it's actually shocking that we have to put up and down the likes of that. It's shocking in this day and age that the City Hall can't really want to hang their heads in shame. And that's all I have to say about it.
All right, hang in there. We'll come back after the break. Text 0868 104 106.
Text or WhatsApp Neil now. 0868 104 106.
The Neil Prendeville Show on Red FM.
Okay, because you only got in touch with me this morning, Sarah. It's going to take a few hours for us to get back up and running on this one again. All right, we've already been trying to reach out to Terry Shannon to see what kind of doors he's been banging on City Hall. You know. We'll be back onto the housing officer and the housing department at City Hall as well. You're lost. You feel hopeless. You know, you really do.
I do. I absolutely feel hopeless. But I just do want to thank everyone that is trying on my behalf. It's hard to stand up on my own and try to fight 100 people when I am by myself. It is very hard, but I am thankful for everyone that's making an effort to help me.
You're very kind. I have to tell you, and I'm just mentioning this, that in the past, stories like this, not always as bad as yours, but I've had other horrid neighbours from hell wrecking the lives of hard-working people. A lot of the time, it's the victim has to move. You know what I mean? It's one of these kind of classic bullying stories where the bully gets looked after more than the bullied.
Yeah.
My point to you is that if this is not fixable and they won't grab the bull by the horns here, they probably will try and relocate you so that the Romanians can carry on partying and ruining the next person's life who moves into the apartment like you did from the girl before. How would you feel about that?
Yeah. Obviously thinking of myself, I'd be delighted that I'd be getting out of the situation, but obviously I would be heartbroken for the next person that's put in my shoes, because I'm telling you now, it's not easy. It's really not.
You see, the easy option for them, right, and I'm putting it up to them right now, the easy option for them is to transfer you and not to take on these characters, you know? But that's their job. That's what they're paid to do. They are your landlord, and nobody should be taking the taxpayers' money to be allowed to behave like that. Particularly if on top of everything else, there is daily drug dealing going on associated with it. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so hang in there, right? It's important that you updated with me, because it's only gone from bad to worse, it seems. Are you there now? Are you at work?
I'm at work at the moment.
Okay. All right. Okay, look, it's easy for me to say, look after yourself, but we'll be back to you, all right?
I really appreciate that, and thanks very much for everything. I am very grateful of it.
Okay. Hold on there, because there's a lot of support out there for you. People are absolutely incensed. Would you like me to read some of them?
Please.
That girl shouldn't have to move out. The council should throw them out, take the keys back off them now. It's a disgrace. The girl is obviously respecting her property. She obviously obeys all the rules, and one family is upsetting the whole place. Yeah, I could use stronger language than upsetting. Terry Shannon will do nothing. He's Fianna Fáil. They opened the borders. You're living now in cuckoo land. Thank you. City Hall told a person that the tenants might retaliate. Is that true? And the tenants are allowed to stay and retaliate? What's happening to Ireland, says Pa. Richie says, hold on here now. He's being sarcastic. He says, cultural differences. Don't be racist. It's part of their culture. We need to respect it. Not. Absolutely heartbreaking listening to that young lady. No one should have to live like this. Shame on Cork City Council, says Mary Jane. Another one here. Get a comment from Micheál Martin on that mother and child. This is not an isolated case, I can tell you. The country is a joke. Our politicians are blinkered, and they're the biggest joke of all. So as you can see, I'm getting texts this morning from people who really do. They're very angry on your behalf. I hope that's some consolation to you.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that people can see it from my side and not so much feel sorry for me, but feel what I'm going through as well. Just
I can't imagine what you're going through. Neighbours are so important. And to those of us that are blessed with good neighbours and kind neighbours and neighbours that should and do look out for us, we're the lucky ones. You're not. Yeah. You see, sometimes you have people who feel so entitled, right? They don't understand the value of anything. They don't understand the value of hard work. They don't understand the value of contributing. They just take. They have far too much time on their hands. They feel as if the world owes them something. You don't. You're working hard to rear your child. You're going out there doing the best you can for a better life. Others, though, just sit back and feel that the laws do not apply to them. And we need to stop that behaviour. We really and truly do. I don't care whether they're Irish or Romanian or where the hell they're from. It's about behaving and it's about respect. And you are experiencing none of that.
No.
Okay, Sarah. Okay, I'll be back to you. We'll see what the next move is here. Thanks for now. Text 0868 104 106. Pick up the phone on